What do you make of what you've just heard from Francis O'Grady and Carolyn Fairbairn?
Well, I think it's fascinating to hear the cheerleader of big business actually sitting along with now a new mascot for big business in the TUC. It's very strange that you hear someone like the TUC supporting staying in the single market and staying in the customs union, and yet this is the same TUC that said they supported the Labour Party's own manifesto, which said it wanted to bring procurement jobs back to the UK and also renationalise the railways. And neither of them could be achieved in the single market. So it's very odd.
But surely this is very striking, though, Stephen. I mean, as you say, the TUC and the CBI are not always the best of friends, not the closest of bedfellows. I mean, doesn't it concern you that they're singing from the same hymn sheet on this one?
I think there is a huge campaign at the moment to try and, in essence, try and damage the negotiating powers of Theresa May with the European Union. And you've seen that from a vast number of businesses recently who are conducting Project Fear 2. The clear point is that you've seen, Ian, is that the European Union are now seen to be prevaricating on entering into a free trade arrangement. I was there last week with the Barnier-David Davis meeting. It was very clear from the body language and from those around him that Barnier and the EU did not want to start those negotiations, not in October, not in November. And you've heard Tusk do the same. And they're demanding more and more money. So is it really in our interest to be strung along in this way? And the only movement that we seem to be getting is because within the Conservative ranks there is this big movement to say we can go alone on WTO.
And that's your message to Theresa May. We've got to start planning now for a no-deal scenario.
I think we absolutely have to. I mean, it was a very clever tweet by Cleverly, the MP today, that suggested that when you go and try and buy a house, you don't turn around to the other side and say, I'm not having no deal at all, I'm never going to walk away. Of course, if you're looking to buy a house and looking to buy any goods whatsoever, you will always have in your mind if something is too expensive or just not right for you. And what we never had really in the past few months is this strong view that if the European Union continues to be difficult in the main issue of starting a free trade arrangement, then we can walk away. And isn't it recently even the IMF suggested there was a possibility that we could go to WTO and start negotiating a free trade arrangement thereafter?
All right, Stephen Woolfe, we've got to leave it there, I'm afraid. Thanks very much for joining me.
My pleasure.